students. This is what we are here for. This is why we come out here every year. This is why we go around and knock on doors and ask people to please give us something for the silent auction. Please give us your financial support. Please come out and support this event, because these success stories make all the difference in the world for each one of these kids. Kimberly, are we closing silent auction yet? Okay. 5 more minutes and silent auction will be closed. Check your bids. I went back there again. We're going to move forward now with the Community Service Award, which is being presented by our board member, Mrs. Sorrelda Jones.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you with us. It is my honor tonight to present this award, Community Service Award, the Plano Vision Care Community Service Award. And I'll read this to you. The Award of Honor in Community Service, presented to Stephanie A. White, MD, MBA. As a true visionary for your work as the Chief Health Officer for the Chicago Public Schools, for developing comprehensive Healthy Schools program to support the academic success for all students. Plano Child Development Center, presented October 10, 2014. Accepting for Ms. White this evening is Catherine Hudson.
I'd just like to say a few words about Plano. I am accepting the award on behalf of Dr. Stephanie White, who is my Chief Health Officer for CPS, and I'm Catherine Hudson, and I run the Vision program. I would just like to share with you what a wonderful institution Plano Vision is. For so many years, and I've worked with Vision, administering it with CPS schools for over 10 years. And for, I would say, 7 of those 10 years, we thought we were doing the right thing. We were getting kids eye exams and glasses. That's literally all we were doing. We had no idea that there was something else. And when we did discover that there was something else, Dr. Stephanie came right in and helped us do a protocol for CPS students, in which now our students are referred for visual disorders, which we had no idea that over 15% of every student who was examined and have glasses have a visual disorder. So last year we saw about 40,000 students, and so that means over 4,000 students have visual disorders. We have implemented 504s for those students with the help of Plano by coming up with a referral system where we have accommodations in classrooms now. We've done a very thorough job, we're trying to do, of training counselors and nurses and explaining to them what visual disorders are, what some of the signs and symptoms are. We found that probably 25% or more of our students who are in special ed have visual disorders. So this is real. And again, we apologize for not knowing about it sooner because Plano has been on the forefront of this for years. But now that we know, we are trying to do something about it. And here's the saddest part of all. There are not very many people who do vision therapy. So Plano, again, and IEI are only two on the south side of Chicago. There's not very many other in the city, which is a sad, sad point because these students are not special. They're not special ed. They don't have learning disabilities. They simply have visual disorders. And so we at CPS will be sharing the word and spreading the message of vision therapy and helping our clinicians help identify these students. So again, as much as this award is to Dr. White, we really, truly thank Plano for telling us why so many of our students are failing. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Dr. White, Dr. Stephanie White, is a graduate of Plano. She was a Plano patient, and we are very proud of her accomplishment. Our next award, the Founders Award, the Honorable Chief Judge Timothy C. Evans recipient, presented by Sandra K. Williams.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all have had an enjoyable evening so far, full of the food, the fun, and the silent auction. Don't forget our silent auction, which also helps to support the efforts of the Plano program. But I'm here to present this wonderful Founders Award of Distinction to the Honorable Timothy C. Evans. For many of you, you may know that Judge Evans is the Chief Judge of the Circuit Court of Cook County, which is the largest of the 24 judicial circuits in this state. So he has a massive, massive job and responsibility. It is also one of the largest unified court systems in the entire world. More than 1.5 million cases are filed annually in the Circuit Court of Cook County. So we owe Judge Evans so much for all that he has done in his role as the Chief Judge. Back in, I think it was a few years ago, he helped to shepherd the domestic violence court. He has also been there for unparalleled growth in free legal services for low-income, self-represented litigants. And the Cook County Court's national reputation for its highly effective alternatives to incarceration for young people in trouble continues to grow. Again, we owe Judge the Honorable Timothy C. Evans so much for his efforts. And at this time, I'd like to present to you Judge Evans this Founders Award of Distinction, and it reads, for your innovative and insightful dedication to adolescents in the criminal justice system as the Chief Judge of the Circuit Court of Cook County. Presented this day, October 10, 2014, Plano Child Development Center. Congratulations.
Good evening. Thanks, Andy, for that very kind and generous introduction. And I rush to say that I accept that award this evening on behalf of the more than 400 judges who work and toil each day committed to justice here in Cook County. And I want to rush also to commend this marvelous organization for the work that it does. One of the things that they will probably do in addition to our regular duties, before the end of the year, they will place the Juvenile Temporary Detention Center under the auspices of the Chief Judge's Office. And there we have more than 382 young people, 17 years of age and under. You know and I know what's being said about them. They have been thrown away. They have been told that they have engaged in some criminal activity and therefore they can't get scholarships and they can't get a job, and therefore they should continue to do what got them in trouble in the first place. You and I know that's not the solution. And you heard our doctors allude to the fact that many of them are suffering from the vision problems that have been described here this evening. And it is my intention to invite Plano to come to the JTDC so that we and the Circuit Court of Cook County can embrace you and the marvelous therapy that Dr. Johnson and Dr. Moore initiated, and you are perpetuating, to see what we can do to save these children. They are our children. Whether we are related to them by blood or not, they are our children. And we want to save them. So I tip my hat to Plano not only for the award, but for all that you do for those who might otherwise have no hope. I thank you very, very much for your kindness and your expertise.
Our final award of the evening is our Lifetime Vision Award. It is being presented by Dr. Joseph McCray, Jr. and is being accepted by Mrs. Henry R. Moore, our late co-founder.
Mrs. Emma Moore. To our co-chairpersons of this event, the entire board of directors of Plano Child Development Center, and all of our supporters and friends that are here. I've been given the privilege and the honor of presenting this award posthumously to the Moore family in honor of Dr. Henry Roby Moore. Dr. Moore has had so many accomplishments, so many appointments, so many achievements, that I'm not even going to try to stand here and enumerate all of them. But if you want to know all of them, go to our website, planovision.com, and you can read all of them. It's a list that starts back in the 40s and extends forward. But just a couple of the things that he has been privileged to have been appointed to, that he was very proud of, was being appointed as a member of the Illinois Disciplinary Board for Optometry. In addition to that, he was also the president of the International Board of Examiners in Optometry. You've already heard that, yes, he's a co-founder of the Plano Child Development Center. But on another note, Dr. Moore practiced actively for over 50 years. And I had the privilege of practicing with him and being around him for approximately 39 years. And one of the things that I always remembered was that when I had an issue or a problem, there was not one problem that I could bring to Dr. Moore that he had not already had and had found a solution. So that was enough right there. I always looked to him for that. So on this day, the Lifetime Vision Award presented to Dr. Henry R. Moore for his insight and determination as founding partner of Plano Optometrics and as co-founder of the Plano Child Development Center, and for his numerous and treasured contributions to the optometric community at large. Plano Child Development Center, October 10th, 2014.
Joe, look up.